Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Are you ready to witness something that you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky. You realize you're not alone. Open your eyes. You can find the trails that control.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Paranormal Central. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. To my right, which is to your left, co-host Alan Thomas.
Hello, everyone.
And manning the boards in front, you cannot see her because she's wanted by the FBI, CIA, DEA, Fresno PD, Emerald Bonilla.
Hello.
Actually, if we showed her, you guys wouldn't want to see us anymore.
All right, okay.
And everybody's going, show me a picture. All right, hello everyone. Tonight we are going to have another fantastic show, just like we do every week. We keep getting better at what we do here because we get awesome guests to come on and talk about the stuff you love to talk about. So we're going to keep doing what we do, and hopefully you guys appreciate it and keep coming back, because Paranormal Central, that's what we're all about. Everything paranormal. I mean, everything. So, first of all, we have our reporters out in the field, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast. First, East Coast, his name is Ken Pfeiffer. He is actually an investigator from MUFON. And he is going to update us on recent UFO sightings from around the world and basically mostly here out the U.S. So he is on the West Coast, and we're going to talk to him right now. Ken, are you there, buddy?
Hey, Jeff and Alan, how you doing?
How's it go, Ken? Happy
Hi.
Mother's Day.
Hi,
yeah.
Ken.
Same to you.
I didn't know you were a mother, but I just decided to say it anyways. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. How's that? There you go.
That's right.
So, right on. All right, Ken, got your pictures that you sent to me. And for all those who are watching us at ParanormalCentral.net, I am going to be putting up photos and going to be showing them to you as we talk about these UFO photos from Ken. And if you are listening to us at ArtBell.com on the Dark Matter Network, you can go to ArtBell.com. The photos are on the website right now on the front page. Just look for Paranormal Central and UFOs, and they are marked 1 to, I believe it's 7. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now. So we're going to go to UFO picture number 1. I'm going to put it on the screen here for everybody to see, and you can go to ArtBell.com and do the same. And I see 4 boomerang objects. What do we got here, Ken?
Okay, Jeff. Yeah, this was April 21st, 2014, in Corazozo, New Mexico. I think that's how you pronounce it. That was a pretty great photo. Brief statement was on 21st April 2014. Myself, my son, and his wife were traveling back from Albuquerque, New Mexico. They had just returned from a trip, and I had picked them up at the airport there. At the time of the sighting, we were traveling east on NW380 heading towards Corazozo, New Mexico. At approximately 1:30 a.m., my daughter-in-law noticed lights in the night sky and mentioned them asking her husband what they were. I did not see them initially, but was able to after we stopped around a bend and could see over the terrain. I pulled the car over to the side of the road, and initially we were watching the lights from inside the car. I took a few minutes and then began making video on my cell phone There were 4 lights initially that appeared much closer and much brighter than the stars or any ambient lighting. The lights seemed to descend slowly and also formed into a triangle shape. After a few minutes of observing these initial lights, a set of 4 more appeared. They were higher in elevation and also descended slowly. After about 4 minutes or so, my phone quit recording. These aircraft, there were aircraft in the area. We saw at least 2 that were in very close proximity to the lights. One flew between the 2 sets of lights, and one flew toward the higher set, but then turned abruptly and reversed course. I found the sighting pretty intriguing. I was interested to watch them for as long as we did. So, yeah, he got a pretty good shot there of 4 craft. I'm not sure what they are.
Right, and they look boomerang shape.
They do, definitely.
Yeah, definitely boomerang shape. And we got actually several reports of the same craft almost coming out of the ground north of Fresno several years ago, and several people saw this, and they were like imagine a door opening and all of a sudden, choo, 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 one right after the other. And several reports came in one night a couple of years ago, and this reminded me of that sighting right there. So this is cool.
Yeah, personally, I think there are some underground bases there.
Oh, yeah.
I would say eastern the California area out there. There's enough mountain ranges out there where these things could be hiding out there.
Most definitely. So, all right, we're going to go to the next photograph, and that would be number 2.
Yeah, there's 2 photos there. Very strange stuff. This was January 1st, 2014, Buenos Aires, Brazil. Statement here, well, our first sighting was on New Year's Eve. More than 30 bright orbs fly over our house. I recorded all, but it was in black and white. Then after this event, we went to investigate the matter. We saw more objects, and then we found a location where they come from every night for the tree, water, ground, and electricity. They use water, ground, and electricity for energy. I could type for hours more, but it comes to one conclusion: there is something out there, and I don't know if they are from another planet or from another dimension. But I do know it is that they are not human. So that was I had to edit the statement. They had a very long statement from this witness, but they were some pretty dramatic photos. They got both of them show structure.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish they were a little bit clearer, but they're really weird.
Now, when the statement in the report said they were not human, how does he know that?
Well, I guess he really doesn't know that.
Right.
like the same as we really are not sure what they are. He basically just rambled on and on about what he saw, and I decided to edit some of it out. But,
right. Okay.
He feels that these things must be alien from another planet, I guess.
Wow. Okay. I have the photograph number 3 up right now, and it's very weird looking. It's just, I can't make out anything on that one. The number 2 photograph, I did make out like a craft behind the lights.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's something back there, some kind of structure.
Definitely. So.
And there seems to be this one thing there. It looks like a pimple between the 2 lights there, and I have seen this before. And as a matter of fact, this is the kind of object that I've been finding on Mars. I have found this all over Mars. This type of object, and maybe probably next week. I think what I'm going to do is submit some of the findings that I've found on Mars, and it looks just like this.
Okay, yeah, definitely want to see that. See what you got. So.
In fact, I made you an admin on the Paranormal Central like page, and you could even do a whole thing on that if you want to, on that page.
Okay, yeah, well, that's a good idea. Yeah, I have a ton of findings on Mars, and I've included 2 findings. As you know, I've included 2 findings from the moon that I wanted you guys to see.
Yeah. Right on. And we're going to be looking at that here in a couple of minutes. So, all right. So at picture number 2 and number 3. So now we're going to go number 4.
Okay, yeah. Picture number 4 and number 5. One is right under the other. These were pretty cool photos. This was April 24th, 2014. This was a couple weeks ago in Kingman, Arizona. These are the two objects that he captured with his camera. And his statement was, I felt the strange sensation of looking up into the sky. And in the meantime, I observed this really bright object that seemed very out of place. Since I'm very familiar with the sky and star location, it seemed a bit odd. But I was about to come in. I noticed a lot of little like flashing orbs ejecting or coming into close range of the brighter object. So if that was not strange enough, lots of other orbs coming in from the southeast direction started coming in to close range of this much bigger object. So, of course, I ran in and grabbed my binoculars and camera and trying to see what the strange object ejecting little, like, bright orbs that were flinging in all sorts of directions with no paths, some stopping and hovering. So, apparently these two orbs here were emitting some kind of possibly smaller objects. It's really kind of hard to say right now.
Right. Yeah. I got number 5 up there right now, and definitely see a round object with different colors on it. But then again, who knows what that could be.
Yeah. No, that's a. I guess we can consider that an orb type of an object. Yeah. There are. I have a ton of orb photos on my website, but that's a pretty sensational image that he captured.
Right on. Okay, we're going to go to number 6, and now we're talking the moon, right?
Yeah. I found these. As you can see, it says here I discovered them in 2012. And the one object there, looking at this portion of the moon, no other portion was elongated. As you can see, a lot of people would say, "Oh, maybe that the whole area was probably elongated." But this image came out as plain as day. The top image there, it looks like an old Casio watch or something. I'm not
right. Yeah, the old digital watch band or something, right?
Yeah, and this thing must be humongous. As a matter of fact, what I did, I have found these on the. Called the International Astronomical Union, IAU, Working Group for Planetary System Nomenclature. I found this on the web. I found a website that has all of these images, all these photos, and some of them are really pretty incredible. There's 144 basic photos that you can scan. They're I wouldn't say high definition, they're mid definition, but you can go to each one of these photos and check them out. And this is what I've found so far. I've only been able to maybe check out about 20, and I'm still in the process of going over the rest of them. Like I said, there are 144.
Right on.
And the one picture there, you can see it looks like a square type of a cave with smoke coming out of it.
And that would be picture number 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, strange cave and mist located near the Langmuir crater. Of course, this is the moon, and to me, that looks like a squared opening with some kind of a mist or smoke coming out of it.
I didn't know there was air movement on the moon.
Yeah, and these photos are there for people to find. I mean, they're hiding in plain sight, and NASA, of course, has made it very hard for us to find these images, but sometimes I get lucky, and through research, I come across sites like this, and I'm in the process of researching a couple of them right now.
Wow. And you have all these pictures that you took snapshots, and they are on your website, right?
Yeah, my website, that would be, I got over 7,000 photos on my website. It's worldufophotos.org, and my news website is worldufophotosannews.org. And as a matter of fact, I may have done an article about some of these photos on my one website. So you get a chance, check it out.
Awesome. Any new photos coming in from your connection at NASA?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I had 2.
Ooh, so we'll see that next week?
I'm in the process of researching, trying to get as much information as I can, but I'm hitting brick walls so far. But I'll be including a couple to you guys
Okay.
when I talk to you next Sunday.
Sweet. All right, can't wait for those. Those are turning out to be something because when it comes from NASA, hopefully it's a good good contact, and I'm thinking it is. And I just don't want you to get in trouble either. But hey,
the brick walls make sense on that one too because of that.
I'm I've had helicopter. I thought was going to have a helicopter land on my roof a couple of years ago.
Wow.
About 2 or 3 in the morning, and it was right there.
So obvious, right? So obvious.
Yeah. So I'm sure my phones are bugged, and
yeah.
but I'm not the only one out there that's
we're not.
trying to reveal a lot of things that should be revealed to the public. So that stuff doesn't bother me.
I agree.
Welcome to the be
club.
bugged by the government club.
So, right on. Okay, Ken, and for all those who didn't get his website address, we do have a link on our website at paranormalcentral.net to go look at Reporter's Link, and his name is Ken Pfeiffer, and go and look at thousands of killer photographs that he has on his website. So,
And we're going to have him, he's going to be putting up stuff on Paranormal Central TV on Facebook. So go check that out. I can't wait. Danny and him are now going to put some stuff up there.
cool. So,
It is going to be good.
so right on. All right, Ken, we'll talk to you next week, okay, bud?
Happy Mother's Day,
Okay,
Ken.
guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on, and I'll talk to you next Sunday.
Sounds good. Take
Bye-bye.
care. See ya.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to get Danny on the Squatch Report, and no one really listens to him, so we'll probably have like 2 people listen. So we're going to get him
And
on
there's
the
nobody in chat.
phone.
Yeah, it's quiet. I
Oh,
can
you know
hear-
what? It's Mother's Day.
It's crickets.
That's afterwards at 5:30. And then we're going to have us, we're going to call, I'm not going to say who she is right now. I mean, it's no big surprise or anything, but we're going to talk to somebody. I'm not going to say anything. We'll just wait after Danny. And Danny is going to be giving us the Squatch Report and the recent latest stuff on Bigfoot. Danny, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Danny.
Gotta ask him the question, Jeff.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Hey, yeah, tell your wife Happy Mother's Day.
So, yeah, tell
Tell yourself she's listening.
her thank you very much for
Happy
letting
Mother's Day.
Yeah, thank you for letting Danny do what he does for us.
Yes.
Go up and take photographs and go squatching with us. So anytime you need your feet rubbed, just let him do it, and he'll do it.
Yeah, that's right.
And if he doesn't do it, then tell me and I'll slap him.
We'll give him a raise. We'll pay him what we paid him yesterday.
Nada.
Yeah.
Nothing. So yeah,
Wow,
and if
thanks.
you want, and then Danny's wife, if you want something else rubbed, just let him know. Danny's Squatch Report. What do we got?
I heard she wanted a
That was
barbecue
bad, Jeff.
tomorrow.
What? I talking about elbows or arms or the back.
All right.
So you guys have nasty minds,
All
I
right,
tell you.
Jeff.
All right, Squatch Report number 1.
All right, number 1. Could be a Bigfoot abduction. 10-year-old Kate Flynn in Walhalla, Michigan in 1869. This was a while ago, but she went missing. And the searchers that were looking for her the next day jumped a huge creature, and the reporters labeled it a bear because it jumped in the river and disappeared on the other side. But when Kate was found next to the river, she told her father that she had been playing near the river, and a big dog walked up to her and it held out its hand, or its paw, and wanted her to walk in the forest with her, so she did. And the dog left her there, and then he returned with berries
Oh, there it goes.
that he picked, and they shared them. And then the creature scraped up some leaves and then spread them around her when it was time to go to sleep. And then the dog laid down next to her and covered her with his body to keep her warm overnight. And it's pretty crazy story, but it's in the paper from 1869.
Wow.
And in this area, so since then, there has been over 100 people missing
And what area is this?
Did they
in
find
the
them?
forest.
Oh, this is Walla Walla, Michigan.
Yeah, Walhalla, Michigan.
Walla Walla.
Did they ever find them? Like, they found her, right? Did they ever find the
They
other
found her,
ones?
but it doesn't say anything about the other 100 missing people.
Whoa.
So
Guess
there's
he was a
nice-
hungry squatch.
Now, why wouldn't, we're assuming a Bigfoot, not consume this little child, but the others, yes.
Well, we don't know if that's the same one too, though.
Yeah, true.
Well,
Could have been a female.
Yeah.
now if you think about it, they don't have refrigerators. You know what I mean? So, like, he might have been taking care of that and then got surprised by as they walked up and scared him into the river, and he was going to eat her, like, tomorrow or something. He was just, like, keeping it fresh.
Well, then how did she
Open her
escape?
up.
They jumped it.
Yeah, they jumped the Bigfoot and scared it away from her.
Who did?
The people.
The people. The
Oh, I missed that.
searchers.
I missed that. Really?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
said, and what did they describe it as? A dog?
A bear.
The reporters labeled it as a bear because it took off so fast.
But see, I think they do that with deer. I think they actually break the legs off the deer
Right.
and then carry them back where they are, and they throw them over there and by the tree, and they might have like 2 or 3 of them, and they keep them, and they don't go bad, right? They're alive. And then when they're ready to eat them, they eat them fresh. You know, he's probably taking care of the baby, like, hey, you know, we don't want this to die on
Oh,
you.
I follow
you
you.
know?
I follow you.
I'm
that
gonna
was a
get
Mother's
it.
Day story because I think it was a female Sasquatch, and she was just taking
Yeah.
care of some kid that she thought was lost.
Wow.
Yeah, could be. Aw,
I
poor.
needed to Alan to
What
twist
a,
it.
what a nice Bigfoot.
Yeah.
All right. Bigfoot picture number 2.
This one has 5 pictures with it.
I thought he was going to say 5 kids. We're all in Mother's Day. She got flowers.
All right. We got 2 large wood structures, and it looks like
Those
a
are
Bigfoot.
12 feet tall. Well, the first one is 12 feet tall.
No
This is
kidding.
this is a park. It's made by the Heritage Trail Committee, and on July 6, 2012, they dedicated it along the Columbia River Gorge in a town called North Bonneville, Washington. It's on the north side of the Columbia River Gorge. And these creatures were created by Ken Craig of Wasuga, Washington. And the tall one that you're seeing there is the Great Elder. He's 12 feet tall, weighs 2,000 pounds, and he's made of cedar. And they dedicated this park area in North Bonneville to Bigfoot. They wanted to bring awareness to him. So it's a quarter-mile paved loop. There's 15 Sasquatch of all ages hidden around the trail. So if you scroll through them, you can see them hiding in trees and behind rocks.
Hey, we got
And there's
Bigfoot.
little information things that tell a story as you're walking through there. Me and my family visited there last year. So there's a picture of me sitting with like 5 of them.
This one's up a tree. Right here. And if you guys were with us last week and you heard Kathy Strain's story about the Bigfoot that she saw in a tree, well, look at here. We have a wood Bigfoot on a tree.
They're all smiling. They must have just ate. You know.
Okay, we're going to go to Bigfoot number 5. And there is our fearless reporter, Danny Valderrama.
Look at that. They look like they're going to eat Danny. They're all smiling.
They're smiling lunch. They're looking at him all weird.
The city commissioned these to attract visitors and educate the locals of all the unique ecosystems in their backyards. It's located in Skamania County.
Yeah,
County government years ago issued an ordinance on the possible existence of this ape-like creature in its forests, and it made it a felony to kill one.
But wait a minute. Bigfoot doesn't exist, so how can you make it a law?
It's not a law; it's an ordinance.
An
Of
ordinance.
the possible existence of an ape-like creature in the forest.
Oh, I
But
see.
it's a felony.
Have you ever noticed that the non-Native American people, when they like make carvings and stuff like that, they make the lips like that? But when you research and you find carvings from Native Americans, their lips look like they're like whistling or
Oh,
something.
yeah. I
You
remember
know,
one-
have you ever noticed that? Almost all the drawings from all Native Americans have their lips like they're whistling. Or
Why is that?
something. I don't know. You know, I don't know. It doesn't really say. But you know, these guys all look like, you know, my Uncle Paul or something.
So what happens? Excuse me. So what happens if you shoot one? And I guess you say it's self-defense. You know,
Self-defense.
Right.
I don't know.
You know, but and you know what? We're going to talk about that after our caller in a little while. We're going to discuss what we talked about last week.
I bet you could shoot any one of them and it wouldn't even hurt.
All right, number 6. We love the oak trees.
Oh, it's a Mother's Day
Oh, we
thing.
love the oak trees. Okay, we got a what would you call this? You see it, Danny?
I don't see it
The,
yet.
oh no, we love the
Someone's
oak trees.
In the oak trees.
Yeah, the a plaque, not a plaque, but like a remembrance.
Oh, it looks like
the-
it's in a rock. It's not an oak tree.
It's one of those things he was talking about that were in the trails and informationals.
Mm,
Ah.
Oh yeah, there's like 6 or 7 of those little plaques, information to tell a
Okay.
story as you're walking around.
okay.
So
about
like
the
if
history of the animals that are
if
there
you're-
and the
if you're
history of
walking
the
around,
land.
you look in the oak trees, right? Is that what
Yeah,
it's
that's
telling
it.
you? Like, so walk around and look in the oak trees.
Okay.
You gotta look everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we found all 15.
Oh, really?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got a couple of plants, and is that what I think it is?
Yeah, that's the original skunk ape in the forest.
That's
So if you are getting ready to
I'm
go out
drooling.
and do your Bigfoot researching this week, you should be aware of this
This
Right.
little item here.
right.
That's why you go armed in the forest. Right
and
there.
and why don't we refresh everybody? Oh, not refresh, but tell everybody what those plants are, Danny, because I know you're a professional.
Marijuana. The
Yeah.
devil's lettuce, as my kid says.
Marijuana.
You know, and if people don't think that they're not there, we put game cameras up. Isn't that right, Danny? Lots of game
That's
cameras.
right.
And
And
we
we see
pull, yeah, we see these guys. I mean, they're walking by with these big old packs.
Yeah.
I will never put their picture online,
No. Mm-mm.
but only they are there.
Yeah,
You know,
we got a couple pictures with duffel bags. They're walking out.
big, huge
Wow.
ones,
Big duffel
shovels
bag.
and hose and stuff on
Yeah,
them.
and we get them
They
on
could
the
have had
game
a body in there. If the duffel bag was that big.
That could have been a Bigfoot.
Well, I've actually had stories of where the growers were attacked by the Bigfoot, but only they took their game. Like the growers were poaching deer and had it hanging in the tree, and all of a sudden this big commotion, and a Bigfoot runs by and grabs their deer and keeps on running. You know,
And
took their dinner.
and the guys protecting the plants with machine guns or what have you are like this.
Yeah, didn't even shoot
They
at
didn't even
him.
shoot it because they were terrified
Yep.
of what they just witnessed. So, all right, and now
So if you're planning to go and squatching in the forest, you need to know some things. And the sheriff department has found out that many of the grows in the forest have the same characteristics.
Ah.
So they usually have a boundary of trees, tree branches piled high around the grows, so you can't really see them. And they say also to look for PVC pipes or
Yeah.
hoses that
Water.
are running into a creek as a water supply for their grows.
And garbage, huh?
like garbage like
The
that.
owners of the caretakers of the grows are usually armed and dangerous.
Absolutely, they are.
And they usually harvest the grows in September or October. And these are high dollar, high risk growers. Don't care about the safety of Bigfoot hunters. The farms have been found deep in the woods near logging roads or close to towns and near busy roads. They could pretty much be anywhere, but they usually try to grow them on one side of the mountain. I don't know if it's the east or the west side because it gets more sunlight. So we try to stay on the other side. I forgot what side David said it was on.
So
Oh,
Robert,
that's right. We're
Not-
on the west side.
So we have to look on the stay away from the east side.
Yeah.
so Robert Scott.
Not only do you have to worry about mountain lions and bears, you got to worry about these guys out there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually heard that that's all almost going away. Only it's going to come back in Fresno County because they're idiots and outlawed it again. But only in the places where they legalized it, the price went down so much that it wasn't worth it to these guys. So they're staying in Mexico and making heroin. I mean, I'm not lying. They're making heroin. But only Fresno County, we can't have that in our neighborhood. And, and they outlawed it, and now they're going to have this in the forest around us because of what they did. That kind of sucks, man. These guys have no brains.
Wow. All right, we got a graph.
Yep.
This is
What are we looking
This
at?
was posted by Victor Lang from the Bigfoot Believers page,
Yes.
and he does a statistical analysis for hospitals and his clients. And he's never seen a Bigfoot, but he's been looking through the data, and he's been compiling all this, and it's a compelling argument for the existence of Sasquatch. It's like a histogram of track lengths. they're composed of tracks from all over the North America, the footprints from all over North America. So you can see that there's the small ones at the very end, and there's, on the bottom there it lists the size. So you can see the smaller footprints, and it goes all the way out to 30 inches, I think, the biggest one. This couldn't be possible. This could not possibly be fake, because it would require the cooperation of hundreds of people, hundreds of hoaxers all across North America. But this data shows that a normal curve for an existing population. So if this wasn't if this was a fake, you wouldn't have like a bell curve on it. And if you look at the top there, it kind of it slopes upward and then it comes back down. If Bigfoot wasn't a real creature, you wouldn't have that. That means people are seeing footprints of all different sizes, and that's what you'd have if this was a living, breathing population.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I found interesting about that graph? I actually looked at it quite a while, and what it would show is that the smaller Bigfoot with the smaller track, like the 16-inch, 15-inch, they're more prevalent. So that would mean that the ones that are more younger and curious are actually out and about and leaving more tracks that you find. And also the female one out hunting. So they would have the smaller track. And then when you get into the higher track, it's almost what you would find in the woods. It would be the very larger, wiser, big ones don't leave many tracks, and they don't be seen that much either. You know what I mean? So it actually correlates with people's encounters, almost identical with this right here.
Very cool. And we're going to be talking about footprints here right after Danny.
He has it broken down at the top for juveniles and mixed adults and the larger ones.
What
at
was
the top there? He has it broken down into what he thinks the different sizes are.
What is the red line, in that?
He didn't explain that. I don't know.
I was trying to figure that out.
He was looking for more data to make more graphs, so I sent him a link to a place where there is more data.
Cool.
He wants to do graphs for all different types of evidence.
That's pretty cool right there.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
So, right on. So,
all right.
All right. Anything else there, mister?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Just need sleep.
Need sleep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were up pretty late. We're gonna show a couple of pictures after we talk to our guest, and we're gonna inform everybody what we've been doing.
Yeah, really good job.
Yeah.
Man.
So Danny, if people don't know, Danny is also a photographer by trade, and we're gonna talk about that after we speak to our guest on the phone. So, all right, Danny. Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
And Happy Mother's Day, Bryn.
We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Okay. Bye.
Danny.
Okay, now we're going to get somebody on the phone, and her name is Priscilla. She was actually, when we shot our episodes at the Crest Theater, two of our Facebook friends, Terry and Elizabeth, brought this little girl over to me, and she was talking to me and telling a story that happened to her and her pastor and a bunch of kids up at Sugar Pine Railroad. And they actually saw some tracks, and we're going to have her on, and we're going to talk about it and let her tell you exactly what they saw, because I think you'll be interested to see what she saw. And Emerald is trying to contact her right now. It's ringing. And Sugar Pine is, where's that exactly? Is Sugar Pine Railroad there? And Alan would know.
It's over by Yosemite.
Yosemite? Oh, there you go. Just ringing? Nothing?
Voicemail.
Try it again.
Not voicemail.
Did I give you the right number? Oh.
Like we find tracks all the time. We don't even make castings anymore.
No.
Because there's so many of them up there.
So.
Like I'm actually looking forward to going to the Thule Res and doing some camping over there. This is gonna be so fun.
Okay, Emerald is just. It's we got somebody on the phone, and she's going to grab Priscilla to get her on, and then we're going to talk to her. She's probably outside playing or swimming or something. Get in the house! You're supposed to be on the phone now. So, Sugar Pine Railroad is near Yosemite. Is it near Sonora by any chance? No?
I don't know. It might be.
Okay.
I never go to tourist places.
Okay.
I go out in the woods.
So what happened is her and a bunch of kids and their pastor went up, and I'm going to try to find out if it was for the day or what's going on here. So, okay, we got her on the phone here. Hold on. Hey, Priscilla, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
All right. So thank you for coming on the phone and telling us your story. You know, I tried to get a hold of your pastor, and I actually talked to him a little bit yesterday. I sent him a text message, but he was on his way to Shaver Lake. So I don't know if he came down or not. So, but that's all right. We got you. So, all right. So I met you at the Crest Theater when we were shooting a couple of the episodes, and you had this cool story. When did this happen to you guys?
The Bigfoot guy, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell me that. It's okay. I'm your father. I need to know who you're talking to.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was your question?
When did this happen to you?
You won't be talking to no one.
What?
When did this happen to you?
Oh, well, when we were up there, we were just looking around for Bigfoot because my pastor was taking us out there. And at first, me and my friend went off trail. We heard a couple of wood knocks, but, we thought maybe, okay, it was fine. But then we got something thrown at us, and we saw, like, footprints and stuff like that around.
Okay, so when did this happen? How many years ago or months?
About around winter time.
Oh, so just recently then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, how many kids were with you guys?
About 4 or 5 more.
Okay. And it was the pastor, was he the only adult with you?
Yeah, he was the only adult with us because he's into that kind of stuff. So he's done that stuff before, but he wanted to go and check it out so it can be like a quiet group.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know the pastor went up Bigfoot investigating. Wow. Does he do that a lot?
Yeah, recently he's gone out on a huge expedition before with those people on that one show, Bigfoot Finding Bigfoot.
Finding Bigfoot.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
His name is Chris. What's his name?
Chris.
What's his last name?
Acock.
Ring a bell?
Nope.
No? Okay. That's cool. Well, wow. All right. And you guys actually found footprints, right?
Yeah.
How big were they? Do you remember?
They were like a little bit bigger than a grown man's foot. Because at first we thought maybe it was a man's foot, but they were pretty fresh, and it was in the middle of winter, so nobody would be barefoot up there, and they were a little bit bigger than a man's foot.
Okay. And they were in the snow or the dirt?
They were in a fresh pile of wet dirt.
Wow. Did you guys take pictures?
I think one of my friends did, actually.
Wow. Do you still have contact with your friend?
Yeah, she goes to my church.
Oh, the next time you see her, find out if she still has those pictures, and maybe you can get a copy or something, because I'd like to put it on our website and show everybody.
All right.
All right? That would be awesome.
I was wondering, did you get scared, like when it was throwing things and everything, or?
No, not really. I mean, we heard, we were walking around, me and my friend, off trail, and we heard, my friend started whistling. A little bit later, we heard, again.
Wow.
So we heard a whistle farther off, and he was telling me, because our pastor is his uncle, so he was telling me one time his uncle, the pastor, he went, and his friend was whistling, and he heard a whistle back as well. So.
And this is Sugar Pine.
It's by Yosemite.
Yeah. So okay. Now, was this by a railroad?
Yeah, it was just by a railroad pit stop where this old train goes by.
Okay. Okay. Well, cool. Very cool. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much for coming on and telling us the story, and I hope we didn't get you in trouble by your dad.
No, he didn't.
We apologize.
Yeah. So, well, see, hey,
It's okay.
ask your
I just
friend.
wanted to find out who I was talking
Right.
to.
You wanted to make sure it wasn't your boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ask your friend if you can. Ask your friend to see if they still have those pictures. Okay.
Okay.
And then let me know. All right.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Okay. Bye.
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 Man, what a brave girl. Like, two of them, we just went off trail and started whistling, and the things are throwing stuff at us. Oh, yeah, it was really cool.
I don't think they understand the magnitude of their situation at that point in time.
She must not have heard the part where the little girl got, slept with one all
and
night.
eaten or something, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, you know what? My parents just called me again. The next call, if they do call one more time, I'm going to put them on the air. I'm going to put them on the spot.
Okay, let's do it.
I am going to do it. So.
And let me answer. Like, hello?
Hello. Okay. People still don't get it. Bigfoots do exist. Last week, if you were watching and listening to our show, we had somebody who works for the government on, all right? And she actually told everybody she did witness twice a Bigfoot, all right? And she's basically telling everybody, what the heck? Oh, it's probably the delayed reaction I'm
Maybe,
thinking.
yeah.
My wife's in the other in the family room, and she's laughing hysterically right now, and I'm thinking that she probably at the moment when we're talking to Priscilla and stuff. But anyways,
No, it's like answering the phone to your parents.
oh, that would be funny. All right.
Yeah.
So anyways, Kathy Strain came on and pretty much said, yes, you guys, there are Bigfoots, and you guys who go up and go look for them not being armed and thinking that they're nice, really nice, as Emerald would say, Care Bears, you're absolutely out of your freaking mind. All right. Now, after we spoke last week, or after our show last week, the internet went cuckoo about the subject matter. Kill or no kill. And it was obvious that we started something. And we're going to keep on with this subject because I think it's an important subject, kill or no kill. You guys heard from Kathy Strain last week, and she is all about science. You guys have to understand, thousands and thousands and thousands of people die every day in the United States. All right? People are being murdered, people are being raped, people are being killed, run over by cars, Danny, shot, all this, all right? And then you guys out there are upset because we want to get a specimen of one Bigfoot. Why aren't you guys out there complaining about all of the death and all of the destruction that's going on right now in the United States? All right? Well, I'm just going to say, get over it.
For me, it's like they'll send their kid over to Iraq, and he might not come back.
Right.
But then if you say you're going to go hunt down a cryptid that really nobody knows if it really exists or not,
Right.
then they come unglued.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't
know
get
if I
it.
compare that military, but
Well,
I see what you guys. I'm for it too because it's like if you get one, you're saving the rest.
Right.
That's right.
yeah.
Because there are no laws protecting them right now. If they're
Just an ordinance,
yeah.
the one we heard
Well,
about.
that's just one small town.
Right.
And it's an ordinance. That's not a law.
Yeah, I know.
Who is it? Maybe that these Bigfoot investigators that don't want anybody to kill them, are they really maybe true investigators? Are they actually going out investigating, or are they just like behind the computer and say no kill?
Some are investigators.
Okay.
And they go out there and they're not armed and and they play flutes
And they play guitar, and they lay out a blanket with a peace pipe and bring tuna and apples and expect them to come. Okay, well, those people are going to disappear eventually.
But I think the majority of them are people that just read the stories and everything they know about Bigfoot, and they choose.
Right.
They choose the different stories that they want to believe.
For all those people who are listening who are Bigfoot investigators thinking you guys know everything, you don't. All right. Alan and Kathy Strain are probably, I want to say, the two people that I know who know that these Bigfoots are not friendly, only because they have spoken directly to the Native Americans face to face and know what the history is all about. for the past 200, 300 years.
No more, like 700.
Okay, way back. And we're talking cannibalism. We're talking kids going missing, eaten, up in trees. They're getting this from the Native Americans, and they're not lying about this, you guys. All right? They are strict. To this day, they are still scared for their children to go out at night. There are areas in the wilderness and the forest that are off limits to the Native Americans. And the Native Americans have told their tribal members, do not go into this area. Why? Because you will be gone.
You know what's funny? The area we go in is one of the areas they don't go in. And it
explain why.
They made a treaty. The Bigfoots were going, and they would run through the village in the middle of the day and grab a young woman or a baby, and they would run off with them. And sometimes they would track them and find them. But the Native Americans were really afraid of these huge people.
Right.
Okay. And it would rape the young women and then eat them. Or it would grab a child and then eat the child. They would find the remains. One day they took an important baby, and actually it wouldn't have mattered if they took another baby. The tribe was going to get them. They took it, and they said that's it, and they tracked this thing, and they found it sitting up in a tree, chowing down on the baby. So then they killed it. That night, it started a war. That night, the village was attacked. The Sasquatch killed everyone in the village, but 2 got away, ran away. I don't know if they were female or male, but 2 out of maybe 100 and something tribal members got away. And we're talking about like little clans, right? There's the whole tribe is spread out in little villages and clans. So they all, the 2 that ran off went to their cousin or their grandma, and then they got up 200 warriors, and they went after him, and then they had a war that lasted a while, and there was many dead, from what I understand, many on both sides, and they finally found where the Bigfoot lived, in this cave, and they couldn't get him to come out. Because the Bigfoot didn't have weapons, right? And these guys, there's like 200 and something warriors out there with their arrows ready to go. And finally they had to smoke them out. And they smoked out this one. It was a clan. Not all the Bigfoots that were in the area. They also lived like the Indians, family units or whatever, And they killed all 48 of them, but 2 of them got away. And then I'm not real clear, the story goes, doesn't tell time frame, but the story goes that the chief of the Bigfoot spoke their language. In fact, all the Bigfoots spoke their language, and they had a meeting. They smoked the peace pipe, and then they broke the forest up into areas. In one area or certain areas, the Bigfoot could go. In one area, the Indian could go unmolested, and they would stop taking their children and their young women. And long as they went by those boundaries, everything was fine. Even though, down through the years, some people did wander over into the Sasquatch area, and they wound up disappearing. But only that they weren't going to go attack them because,
right. It's their fault.
Their fault. They went over there, and Bigfoot would get attacked if he wandered into their area, and they would attack him like, hey man, this is what the treaty said, and no attack from the Sasquatch after that, because that Bigfoot went into their area.
Right.
So that has been, and I want to say like 275 years they've been living like that.
Now that story comes from what tribe?
That comes from the Mono tribe.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter which tribe. All the tribes up and down California have had run-ins and have similar
treaties,
stories and treaties. Where it's not uncommon that the Bigfoot ate the people. I mean, it's not uncommon. I mean, that's what I don't get. I mean, it's not uncommon. The information should be out there. I know Kathy Strain wrote her book like a long time ago, but only everybody discounts what she says.
Right.
You know?
And
they rather believe in, they're
Care Bears.
Yeah, they just walk away and they're not out to get you. You know, if you ever see one like I did, it could rip your car door off your car and grab you out. And I wonder how many people of the 100,000 something people in Yosemite that have disappeared and they never found, how many were a munchie by a Bigfoot?
Right. And
that's only Yosemite. I'm not talking about the rest of the hundreds of thousands of people that disappeared in the woods. Right.
You guys need to go, and then you guys are probably just thinking, okay, well, you know, the people are going missing because, again, like, you know, we talked about it last week with Kathy, they're just getting lost, and they get lost and they die out in the middle of nowhere, and that's the end of that. Kathy said something last week that when she said it, I looked right at Alan and I said, whoa, we didn't mention anything about that, but it's what David Paulides says on quite a bit of the cases in his book. And there will be, like she mentioned, Boy Scout troops or tours, and they'll be walking in a line in the forest, right? And for some reason, the last person in line will disappear, all right?
Never to be found.
Never to be found again. And she said that last week, and we didn't bring it up, but that happens a lot, okay? So you don't have to be by yourself to disappear. You can be with a group because a lot of the people who are ahead of you are not paying attention to what's happening behind them.
You know what the other one is? You know how you're driving along in the woods, you know, and this is how you know that it wasn't a predator person. Okay, man, I gotta take a leak. You know, I gotta go. You know, so then you pull off, and nobody stays inside of everybody when they do that. You know what I mean? You go around the tree. Well, then they never come back from around the tree. They never come back. They're still gone.
Right.
To this day, still gone. And you know that couldn't have been a predator person.
Right.
Because how would they know to wait right there?
Exactly. It was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. It just so happens, you know. And that has happened a lot. As a matter of fact, that brings back to two people, Adrian Ramirez. He was out, and remember they pulled off in literally in Bigfoot land, and they were just cruising down one of the main highways out there, and they pulled over side of the road to have some sandwiches, and all of a sudden that's when they either heard something or saw something. He went in and took some photographs and saw these Bigfoots running in the forest. And this also goes to Joe, I cannot the last name, Pileski or something like that, where their truck broke down with their boat. And they're in the middle of nowhere between two canyons.
Oh, man, what is his last name? Well, anyways,
we got to get him back on. I know we had him one time, but we need to get him back on.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, and I don't want to tell him the story because it's a very cool story. But people are disappearing, and we know the reason why. All right, and you know we happen to know a lot more than a lot of. Granted, there's probably been Bigfoot investigators doing this way longer than we have. But
I don't know very many that's done it longer than me, though.
Okay.
I mean, serious. It maybe David Ragosa.
Right.
But ever since I saw one in 87, so let's see, 86 years after, this is when I started doing it again. And then I started looking for people that, you know, researching around here. It was hard to find them. But then, voila, there's a Bigfoot symposium, and I was like the first one in line. Because I couldn't believe there was actually people that saw Bigfoot and willing to talk about it. You know, and then that got us going here. But it really, truly, I've been looking for a long... I actually quit hunting animals, and I used to love to, like, load my freezer full of deer and bear. I am not that guy no more, man. I am out there looking for tracks, breaks, wood breaks, I found a lot of neat places that we haven't even gone yet.
Right.
We went to one place over by, I won't say where it is, because I don't want to give away my places.
Okay.
It's in a deer migration route. And we found bones all over the place, like fresh deer legs and spines. And I mean, I think we were in a kill spot, is what I think we were at. and it was right close to some apples, and it was all right along the migration route. And man, there was dead stuff everywhere.
Right. There was. So we got to go back there and put up some cams, I think.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the reason why we wanted to talk about the subject again is because of the no kill and kill. Kathy Strain last week. Now,
It's not anecdotal evidence that he says we're demonizing Bigfoot. Actually, you know what? I'm not like at war with Bigfoot people. I think that's cool. All I say is, if you go out there, you better be armed. And I'm not just saying to protect yourself from Bigfoot. I mean drug people and
bears,
mountain lions and bears. Because nobody, absolutely nobody, I don't care who they are on the earth, knows exactly what that Bigfoot's going to do.
Well, they're not freaking Care Bears. I mean, they're an animal.
I can tell
they're
you.
like going up, like people see lions. Well, lions they are. They're lazy creatures. But if you piss one off, you're done.
I actually have a friend named Adam, and it was back in the 80s, and he was hiking. He used to hike from Yosemite over to Nevada. Every year they would go. And he got attacked by a mountain lion, and they didn't have any weapons. He has big old huge scars right here where he got attacked by a mountain lion. I mean, it could happen.
Food.
Exactly.
He was
they're,
food.
They're
He was-
animals. They're
Yeah.
not. I don't get why people think they're like these
Now,
happy-go-lucky creatures.
you said you were looking at the chat. What did somebody say on chat?
They said that we're demonizing the Bigfoot, but I'm not demonizing him. I'm saying that this is a wild apex predator in the mountains that eats animals and
people. We know they eat
things.
people. Now, the person who just said that on chat, probably, have you ever talked to a Native American? Are you into the know-how? No, you're probably not. I don't know who you are on chat right now, and if I'm pissing you off, I'm sorry. But Alan and Kathy, Alan is part Cherokee. His whole family is Indian, and he has friends that live on the reservation. So he knows exactly what he's talking about these Bigfoots and how bad these things are.
All right. They won't be able. The average person can't go up to a Native American and say, "Hey, what do you think about Bigfoot?" They'll go, "He don't exist." That's what they'll tell you.
Right.
And it might take you 10 years of getting to know this person before they'll really tell you what the history is. I mean, it takes that long. And I'm not against everybody. I mean, if you think they're nice and everything, go ahead. But I'm saying pack your gun because they might not.
How are we demonizing people? We're just telling you, be careful.
Right. Yeah.
That's all we're doing, dude.
I don't think people realize that people are animal. Like, we're an animal.
Heck
We're a
yeah.
species.
What about Jeffrey Dahmer? That dude was eating people.
Yeah.
And what if you walk in the woods and what if there is some nice ones and the Native Americans have stories where like their grandpa, and I'm talking about great grandpa like 150 years ago when there was no cars or anything, was fishing, fell, broke his leg, and passed out from the pain. And when he woke up, a Bigfoot was carrying him, right? And carried him right to the edge of the village and set him down. And then that Bigfoot and that tribal member had like a relationship.
Well, it's like
all the rest of the
with
time.
Any animal, you have some animals that will, like mother lions. There's been cases where some of them have taken in baby antelopes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it goes without saying for any of the species.
But only most of the stories that I get from all the even when I lived in Oregon, they were saying, they told me this is their flat out words to me. Do not, because I track. Okay, I track animals. I would track deer, everything really, whatever I was hunting. When I started looking for Bigfoot, when you find tracks, so you're like, wow, here he is, he's going that way, and then you start following the tracks, right? The medicine man told me, you know what? Stop that. I'm like, why? Why should I stop tracking him? He says they track. Okay, they track their food. So when you get on their trail and they're watching you, yeah, they don't like me, but they're watching you. So immediately they're thinking that you're hunting them for the same reason that they track. And he says, you're going to disappear. That's what they told me. So now, I don't particularly follow the tracks anymore. Like,
Only if there's other people there with you.
yeah, I'll
Right.
do that. But I
Right.
mean, if I'm by myself, I usually go back, back off away and get out of the area because I know he's right there. And it goes to like how fresh the track is too.
Right.
I mean, if it looks like there's dermal ridges in it and like he just walked by 20 minutes ago, I'm
Out of here.
out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
You gotta show them the same respect you would
And
show
I get-
any other animal.
I
any
get people
predator.
telling me, "Oh, you're just scared." It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I admit it. Yeah, it's 10 feet tall. It could pop your head off. I admit it, and I have a hard time going to sleep in a tent because they could just throw it over their shoulder and run off like, "Oh, I got a sack lunch. We'll get this guy. We'll eat him later." And I believe there's nice ones too. I just say, you know what?
Are you going to take that chance?
Yeah, go. Are you going to go off in there and play your flute and invite them in, and you don't even really know them? I mean, would you go out in your front yard and start playing your flute and invite all the neighbors? Would you?
Or how about pit bulls? If you saw...
Hey, watch it.
No, I'm just saying, if you saw a pit bull running wild on the street, would you go up, here, puppy, puppy, puppy?
Yeah, I
okay,
would.
you're crazy.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, like, I bet they don't do that in their neighborhood. They lock their doors. They put security cameras and everything.
Yeah, I don't know where this person is coming from.
He's
but
not the only one.
No, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of them that, again, don't get it because they don't have the information that you and Kathy have.
I'm sharing it, though.
Yeah.
Right now. But only they won't believe me because they had like 1 or 2 encounters over their whole life, and they based their whole belief structure on that, and then they pick out, and I mean they pick, because
They're saying that there are more stories of non-aggressive than aggressive. Well, I don't think you would hear the aggressive stories because the person's gone.
Right.
No, we just told about that. Here's a bunch of kids walking in a trail, right? And the one in the back disappears.
Yeah, you're not going to hear those stories.
Right, you're not
then.
going
That's
to.
why.
You're not going to
That's
hear the
right.
stories.
Exactly.
Go and read Missing 411, you guys. I mean, that explains it all right there. Simple as that. Now, Kathy Strain last week, we told her. I told her I believe the government is hiding that they know the secret. Okay, and she says, "Well, I don't see how that can be possible." Well, again, Kathy is part of the government. She works for the government. Okay. Now, Alan and I, we've been doing this for a long time. People have come up to us and have told us their stories, and this is from government officials, law enforcement, military. They know Bigfoot exists. All right. And now Kathy last week says, well, I don't know why they would keep it a secret. Well, we don't either. All right. Maybe it is because of the missing people. I don't know. Maybe it goes way even further than that, than possibly the missing link. I don't know. There's something in there that doesn't make sense. I believe our government does know they exist.
Well, I would think it would be more like on a need-to-know basis, like, the ones that are higher up and in charge of everybody,
Right.
that
And
they
they
would
know.
know. And
They
then
know.
if you happen to have an encounter on the job, then they would call you in and say, that didn't happen.
Right.
And that's actually the stories
That we get all the time. Now, last week Kathy said that it's hard to keep a secret. Well, you're right. It is hard. That's why we're getting all the secrets told to us. They're not going to come up to Kathy and tell her, or maybe they have and she just didn't tell us. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
True, yeah.
We don't know. Kathy cannot ruin her reputation and cannot ruin her job. So maybe she wasn't telling us all that she knows. But what we know is that, yes, the government does know about the existence of Bigfoot and probably a whole lot of other things. Now,
I would think it's more military.
military, I'm thinking FBI and I'm thinking CIA, way up there. Now, we were talking about no kill and kill. You need a body for science, yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of people that are against it, a lot of people who are for it. Well,
when you talk to any scientist, like when we had our DNA test,
right.
That professor, he was adamant about it. Like, he would not stop or believe or anything unless he had one right there on the slab to test.
Right. Yeah.
And then, but only then, and once he had one, he would be so total no kill that that he would have you hung if anyone else killed another one.
Right.
Well, they'd be thrown on the endangered species list.
Right. Yeah.
There would be land set aside for them that we wouldn't even be able to go into.
And I won't even kill one. I mean, they think I'm all kill. I probably wouldn't kill one because I'm afraid of the family. I mean, while you're sitting there shooting, you shoot, oh, there he is, bam, you shoot him. Then you run over there and you have this guy on the ground, or girl, or whatever, and you're down there. Now, I'm going to tell you, they are big and bad, and I've shot so many things, like a deer or a bear, and thought they were dead. And you run up, and they're only stunned. And then you get down there, and then you quit paying attention. All of a sudden, this thing jumps up and gone, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, what if you stun that one? So now, knowing that, I'm going to run up, and my full attention is going to be on what I just killed. What if there's two brothers and a mother right behind me that's going to come up and kill me?
You're dead. You're done.
And I think that happens. I think that really happens.
Yeah.
I think people do shoot them, and then they never make it out of the woods.
Right.
I
think you're right. And this is where I want to go with this. We were just talking with Ken about our phones being bugged. All right. You guys all know the NSA and the CIA are monitoring every single. This is by computer. All right. They have words that are programmed in the computer systems that if you are on the phone talking to whoever and you happen to say certain words in a certain sentence, it automatically alerts them and tells them exactly what you are talking about, and then they get on the screen and they find out, and then they start listening and basically go on from there. So if you are out in the forest, in the wilderness, and you shoot a Bigfoot because of self-defense, I'm going to say because of self-defense, all right, and you shoot one and you bring one down, and this is going for a Bigfoot investigator out there, all those who are listening right now. I am going to tell you right now, if you don't think this is ever going to happen, fine, but it might happen, because if you're going to be out there looking for a Bigfoot, this might happen where you might have to save your ass by shooting one. All right, now, what happens if you do shoot one because of self-defense, and now right now in front of you on the floor you have a dead 6-foot Bigfoot? All right, what do you plan to do with that Bigfoot? Right now, if you had a 6-foot Bigfoot, all right, you are now possibly going to be for one thing, a multi-gazillionaire if you plan it right. And another thing is that you are going to prove the existence of Bigfoot. You will prove it if you do this right. All right, if you shoot a Bigfoot by self-defense, the last thing you want to do is get on your cell phone and call somebody to let them know.
That's for sure.
Okay? You do not want to call your wife. You do not want to call your brother, your son, and say, I just shot a Bigfoot. I'm over here. Do not even do that, because you're going to pop up on the screen at the NSA, CIA. They're going to know that you shot a Bigfoot. You're going to have helicopters and military personnel going out to your location, and they're going to seize it. And that's
we should try that. No, just go out there and then just call a random person and be like, hey, we shot a Bigfoot. Wait a couple minutes, see what happens.
You know what? That's actually a good idea. But that is my advice to you, all right? Do not get on the cell phone. Okay? Do not get on the cell phone. If you need to get that Bigfoot, if you're with somebody else, then you need to pack it up in your trunk, in the bed of your pickup, and you need to bring it down wherever you live.
And you need a bodyguard, 2 of them.
Dude, you need...
That's standing watching for the other one, because
yeah.
Justin Smeehaw, a lot of people thinks he didn't shoot a Bigfoot, okay?
Okay.
They think that. I sat with him, and I talked with him for a couple hours, and, it was before everybody all knew everything,
right,
on TV and all this stuff, and we met him, and I didn't even know, you know what I mean? We went over there, I didn't even know who he was, and here he is, and they tell me, oh man, he's the one, he shot a Bigfoot. I'm like, what? And went and talked to him. Well, he shot one, and then 2 more came out of the woods and attacked him, and then he shot another one, and that one died at his feet. And when he looked at it, it was actually choking on its blood. He shot it in the throat. It was a young one, only like 5 feet tall. But only after what he saw, and I would probably be the same too, because I can't kill a sheep. But it freaked him out. Like, oh my God, we shot a human, and they hid the body and they took off. And it was after he talked to a Bigfoot guy, like 3 days later, somebody that's a Bigfoot person. They're like, oh my God, how much money you could make? And that's when they went back and tried to find it, and they found a piece of fur, which turned out to be bear fur. And they were trying to figure out, how could it be bear? It was like, well, the other Bigfoot, the daddy and the uncle, probably went and grabbed that one up and maybe killed a bear that was munching on their kid, right? It was like, man, there's a bear, what? And left the bear there and took the Bigfoots away. I mean, that's how I made sense of it. And
okay, quick question. Plural of Bigfoot, big feet or Bigfoots?
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. So it's just...
It's like deer.
Deer, okay.
There's 5 deer. There's not 5 deers.
Okay.
So, you shoot and you kill a Bigfoot, all right?
He's trying to eat you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying self-defense, all right? You kill a Bigfoot for self-defense. Well, then you need to bring that Bigfoot down wherever you may be. Do not get on your cell phone, you guys. I can tell you right now. Do not get on your cell phone. Do not call the police. Do not call the CHP. Do not call military. You know what you have. There's no reason to do that, all right? The next thing would be is you need to secure it in a location, and somehow at that point you need to contact somebody who will help you preserve it and get it to the right people, because again, you cannot let the authorities know you have one dead, because they will come and take it away from you in a heartbeat. All right. Now, what they will do to you, I don't know. They're not going to make.
If you could drive right to the news station.
See, that's what my idea was.
Like drive right up to the news,
oh God.
and say, "Hey, come out here and look at my truck," and then they come out there like, "Whoa," and then all of a sudden it just goes ballistic over the TV. Is the government going to come and grab it with cameras all over the place?
Well, this is what I would do. I know this sounds gross, but if you're a hunter, it's absolutely nothing. If you're going to do that and take it to the news station, you need to cut a foot off and you need to cut a hand off. All right? And you need to take those and away from the actual body and preserve it somewhere cold that the authorities will never, ever find in a million years. Okay? Now you have the body, and the reason I'm saying that, because if you get to the news station and all of a sudden the military or the FBI rolled up in black cars, they're going to seize that body, right?
Take all everybody's tapes.
And they're going to take tapes, they're going to take your cell phones, they're going to take everything. But they're going to realize, oh my God, we have a foot and we have a hand missing. What you have there is DNA evidence, all right? Plus a gigantic hand and a gigantic foot, okay? So you have to cover your bases, all right? I would have said cut the head off too, but no, you don't want to leave the head on there.
That's obvious.
Yeah. So
take first samples.
I would take an arm, a hand, and I would take a foot, put it in an ice chest with dry ice, and get it to somebody that. And now that's the part where I don't know where you would take it to. You would have to take it to somebody that is not very close to you, because I guarantee you they are going to search all your family members. They're going to search all your friends, and they're going to find that hand.
Threaten you
they're going to threaten you big time.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to find it. But because that is right now, you are the proof is right there. You have it, DNA. Now, that's what I would do. Okay, and take it for what it's worth. But that's what I would do, because they don't want the Bigfoot to be known. I guarantee you, they want to keep it secret, and there's a reason behind it. Kathy says that I cannot see why the government would keep it a secret. Well, there's reasons. There are reasons. They have the reasons, I have theories. Alan's have theories, but we're not going to say anything because we're talking conspiracy. We're talking all that kind of good stuff. And we can be here for hours and
That's
hours.
another show.
That's another show. 2, 3 more shows. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have to understand out there who have been Bigfooting for a long time. We have been doing the same thing, but lucky for us, I don't want to say we because it's not me, it's Alan, has created that closeness with the Native Americans, and so has Kathy. A lot of people respect Kathy Strain, all right, because she has been doing that, and she even said over 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
All right. Now, it is
She's their historian
historian.
for the government.
Okay.
She goes, and that was her job,
Mhm.
and they accepted her because she was documenting their history.
Right.
And they're losing their history, and they know it.
Right.
Because it's all verbal.
Right.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I believe we have as far as the Paranormal Central, because you guys know what's happening to us right now as far as, when we started this, it was just an investigation team. And then we started doing this. And now it's even gone even further than we would ever imagine. All right. And I want to tell you about what happened last week. But put it to you this way. We are going up probably next month to go camp on the reservation with possibly, and I'm thinking yes, as far as the chief's granddaughters and relatives, we're going to go camping with them.
Yeah.
All right? Up at the reservation.
That's my nieces.
Okay, nieces.
Loves them to pieces.
Okay, and, his nephew, Jojo Alvarez, he lives on the frickin' reservation. We're going to go up. We went 2 years ago.
Right.
Up camping on their campground, and we had a blast with them. And now they respect us for who we are as people and as an investigation team. And now they're willing to even take us up even further up higher, okay, where the actual Bigfoots are actually at. Actually, where we went last time, Bigfoot actually came around the campsite. Alan and Jojo actually saw the silhouette of one early in the morning as they were trying to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you know what I was told about that? Like, they were having a women's powwow
Uh-huh.
or
Right.
get together, and it was the singing of the women
That brought them close?
Yeah. And they said that happens all the time when they have these women gatherings
Mhm.
right there at that place, and they always have a lot of Sasquatch activity around it because they do this really beautiful singing,
Corey,
it really is beautiful.
Corey and Kaylee, you guys are going with us.
Ah,
But that's tranquility.
that would be cool.
So, no, I think they want to go. So, anyways, okay. So, what I'm trying to say...
I think I was talking to him, and it might not be like September or August.
Okay.
When we could go.
Okay. But like I said, we actually have something going for us right now that a lot of you guys don't out there. And it's just by luck that we happen to be where we're at right now. We are very thankful for the position that we are at right now with the Native Americans. Okay, we have created that bond. Thank you, that bond. And from what I understand from Alan, a lot of the Native Americans are actually watching the show every Sunday.
Yeah.
Because they tell him, all right?
Well, I'll tell you, they don't like. It is so. I mean, people think it's easy, but only. I'm going to tell you, you just don't get in their good side.
Right.
Like, come up and hang out with them. They don't like you. I mean, they absolutely. If you're any kind of white or anything that even like a part white, you're automatically not liked.
Do you like Mexicans?
Maybe they marry him.
Jojo.
Yeah, well, he married him.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, anyways, so.
But Jojo's actually another tribe. I mean, if everybody heard this, they would be tripping out. But on Jojo's dad's side, they're actually in the works of building a casino in downtown LA.
Wow.
They were actually their tribe lived in that area before Los Angeles was Los Angeles.
Wow.
And they were able to get some acres in the middle of Los Angeles and put in trust land. And now there is going to be an Indian casino right downtown LA.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, it will be
Chip
cha-ching.
for chicken ching.
Yeah. Be looking for that one, because I heard it's not long for that one
Wow.
to be starting to break ground.
Okay, so for all those who out there who are in the Bigfoot investigations business, okay, take it from us. We are not saying we know more than you, okay?
We don't.
But we don't. But we happen to have the connections that are telling us stuff that you probably have never heard of in a million years. That is what actually going on in our forest. That nobody will ever have known if Alan really didn't come into the picture.
Well, you know what? I respect the no-kill people. I totally respect them. I am not really against them for their views, and in fact, I enjoy reading some of their stories and their encounters and stuff like that. And I think, man, how lucky! I mean, how lucky can you get, to not be hurt yet?
Right.
I mean, that's what I think. Or they lucked out, and they lucked actually out onto a nice one, that actually, isn't gonna hurt them. At least so far, hasn't showed any intent on hurting them.
Right.
But one of the things I'm going to tell the people that live in California right now, and this is something I've had some conversations with the people that live in the mountains, and there's no rain. Okay, there's no rain right now, and the animals are having a hard time finding food. All animals are having a hard time because it's dry as a bone. Mm-hmm. Okay, now just think about it for a minute. If the food source is like low, and the Sasquatch is hungry and he can't find food, normally he might not eat you normally, but you are a food source. Okay.
Down here in Fresno County, in residential areas, bears are coming here, coyotes, bobcats. Why? Because they're coming where the food is at, where the water source is at. Bigfoots are doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. When you are asleep, they are running around out here in the countryside, and don't think they aren't. Because I'm going to tell you right now. Because you guys see, she has it. My 24-hour paranormal hotline is a UFO hotline, a Bigfoot hotline, and a ghost hotline. I get calls from people way down in Clovis who actually witnessed Bigfoots out in this area. Okay? And they are roaming around out here. Why? Because of the produce. You guys understand, Central California is the food source of the world. We have it all here. Oranges, we have grapes, we have plums, peaches, nuts, nectarines. You got it. We have it here.
Yeah.
The Bigfoots
Strawberries.
are having a field day down here during the summer break when our vegetables and produce are in season. That's when we get all our sightings. Okay?
Yeah, they love oranges.
Oh, my God, they love oranges. Yes.
They're always in the oranges. So you guys that like to do gifting, you take apples and stuff, try some oranges. Because they get seen, like almost every report we got, they're running in or out of orange grove.
Yes. I would take a...
I wonder if it's because they can smell it better than apples.
You know what? That's a good point. The citrus.
Yeah.
Take something citrusy. Take a bunch of fruit, guys. Go get a bunch of cherries, grapes, oranges, everything, and take a bucket, a tub, fill it with all the smell that you get for produce, you guys, and I bet you they will love you for it.
So will the bears and everything else.
Yeah. But this is what I would do. Well, I'm going to give away a secret right now because, again, we're all on the same team.
That's right.
Okay, we're all on the same team. This is what I was going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I don't care. Go get a tire. All right? Go get a tire, a truck tire or a medium-sized tire, and hang it from a tree that's about 10, 11 feet up. Fill the inside of the tire with all the fruits, all the food that you want in the tire, and let it swing. All right? And let it swing. Inside the tire, you can put all the food in it. That's what we're going to do. And just let it swing. Now, what I would do is set up game cameras not at the tire, because the movement of the tire is going to trigger your game cam, and because of the wind's going to be moving that all over the place. Set the game cams around the tire radius, so if it moves, the camera's not going to pick it up. I want you to get the creature coming in to the tire to get the fruit and stuff. All right.
Well, you could put one in the
I'm
tire.
giving. Or if you can put one in the tire, that
You
would
may
be
not
awesome.
get it back.
Well,
That's okay.
Now the rope that you guys are going to need for this tire, you're going to have to go to hardware, which I've already done. Osh Hardware has the. I'm talking rope for like anchoring boats. You're going to need to get that type of rope in order to hang that tire, because a Bigfoot being 1,000 pounds, 15 or however, he can just go like this and pull it down.
That's true.
You want to secure that sucker
But
on
you
there.
know he did it. You know
Yeah.
a bear or nothing in the woods could do that.
Yeah, so you know that even a person, you're going to have to take a 6-foot ladder with you and get it up there. But hang it at least 10 foot up or 11 foot up, because you know a bear is not going to be able to get it. And a person won't even be able to get it, because if they're going to have hikers, the only way a hiker can be able to get up there is probably somebody on their shoulders to see why is there a tire up there. They're not going to get it. Only the Bigfoot investigators are going to get it. Okay? That is my idea, and I'm sharing it with you right now because I think it's going to work. Fill up the inside of the tire with your fruits and your food and your canned foods or whatever, and if the food goes missing, there can only be one reason why that food is gone. Okay?
Birds.
Only one
Birds
reason.
did it. No. Now on your cameras, my idea, you go in the forest and you cut a nice big log or branch off a tree, and then cut like a door off of it, and then hollow it out, make it big enough to hold your camera, hollow it out, drill a hole, for the camera to be there, and then you mount that and you just drill it right to the tree. They will not see it.
Or don't let them see you putting it up there.
Yeah, don't let it. Yeah, I think they watch us all
they
the
watch.
time. But I mean, if you put it up there, they will not see it like they do a camera just hanging on the side of a tree.
So
because right now Jeff gaffs up the tree so that, because we've been having problems with them low
right
from people. Okay, now they're gaffed up, 8, 10, 12 feet high, and we haven't lost a camera.
Right. Now, also, too, what I would suggest doing is, I was thinking tape, but it would have to be like a tar substance. But on the inside of the tire is going to be hanging, right?
Fingerprints.
Actually, when a Bigfoot reaches in to grab it, his hair has got to go in like this. If you apply a sticky substance to the inside of the tire or the rim of the tire, as soon as the Sasquatch puts his arm in there, it's going to leave hair. I don't think there's a way to really apply something for fingerprints, but if you want to get some hair samples, that would probably be the best way, because the Sasquatch is going to go like this to reach in, and he's going to do this, depending on how high he is. But regardless, his hair is going to get stuck on that sticky substance, and pull out. There's going to be hair on there. There's a little bit of proof for you who want to go for DNA and that, whatever.
Man, Emerald probably could figure that out. Look at her. I can see her. She's even thinking about it. Like,
I am cool.
Okay.
What we do for fingerprints is if we have nothing else, double-sided tape.
That's what I was thinking before I put thinking about the tar or
No,
whatever.
you'd have to put this on the inside. You can't put that on the outside.
It would have to be on the inside, but they can easily pull off the tape. So
Not if it's stuck against the thing.
Well,
You'd
if
feel
you
the
can,
stickiness, but you wouldn't be able to pull it off.
okay, if there's, maybe we can staple the tape onto the rubber tire, then it would stay on there permanently.
Yeah.
Okay, but that would be a good way, because if they're going to reach in like this, and all it takes is
That's
one
a
little
good idea.
all it takes is one little finger to just hit it and come out like that.
I'm not talking about the little tape. I'm talking about the big double-sided.
Oh yeah, like duct tape or anything like that. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, because what they'll do is they'll grab the tire like that and pull it.
Or
Yeah.
do something. So they're gonna grab it, and that's when you want to get
Or
either
they'll
the hair sample,
grab it and hold it steady, and then go like
and then
this.
go
and
like
dig
this.
around.
And yeah. So
Good stuff.
okay, so
I can
we're
see her
giving you
sitting
guys
over there,
ideas.
man.
We're giving you guys ideas. This is the ideas that we're already doing. All right,
Yeah.
the gapping. I've been gapping trees I don't want to say all my life. I work for AT&T Telephone, you guys. For all those who are out there listening, as far as the Bigfoot investigators, so I gaff poles 15, 20 feet up. This is what we've been doing lately. We've been placing these cameras at about 12 or 13 feet up a tree. And I gaff up. I take my gaffs with me, my climbing belt, and I climb up, and I gaff, and I put them up there.
See, now, you see what he's saying? We're pro-kill in a way.
Right.
Like, if it's coming at us, we're going to kill it.
Right. I don't want to die.
We actually believe that there should be one for science. I mean, they have cadavers in science all the time. They wait for the people to die. The problem with those is nobody knows where the body is. Otherwise, you'd go find one, right? So really, there has to be one for science. But you see what we're doing. We're not going out and killing them. We do protect ourselves against drugs and other animals and even a Bigfoot. But what are we talking about? The same thing you are.
We want to get that video.
We're baiting them. We're putting cameras. That's right.
We want to get that photo. We want to get that killer video, just like you guys do.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Audio,
oh my
video,
God.
fingerprints.
We're still doing that. We're not going up with 20 people at one time and going on a hunting expedition. No, we don't do that.
That's right.
We carry firearms for our protection. That's it. So
and they're not afraid of firearms. So I mean, if you go up there and you say, every time I got my gun, they don't come around. That is wrong. We've had guns, and they were right outside of the camp.
Yep.
3 of them, and there is no way. I mean, it ain't no way. I mean, they're not afraid of guns, and they're really not afraid of cameras either.
No.
They're just waiting for a opportune moment for you to step around the tree and get out of the crowd, take a leak, and they're going to carry you off.
Also, too, when you put up a camera and you have 4 or 5 other people with you, send those 5 people in a circle radius around you, 50 yards on all round sides. Okay?
And making noise.
And scare the Bigfoot away. So then when they are in a circular pattern around you, then that's the time to go ahead and hide your camera or do what you're going to do. Because, like he said, when you're walking up there, the Bigfoots are at a higher level looking down at you, and they're like they're looking. Trust me, they are there watching your every move.
Actually, following you the whole time. There's one like what do they call it?
Scout?
No, where they're like right next to you and they just stay with you. They're like with you the whole time, and sometimes they'll let you know, and they don't do it like, hey, I'm over here.
Right.
They go snap.
So,
and you're like, whoa, what was that? Oh, it was just a pine cone fell out of a tree or something, or you'll hear little rock clack, just like that. Hey, they're out there.
Yes, they are.
And watching you. So you
me.
have to, like what he said, you bring a group of people and you get them out there and you get them like doing stuff where they're getting the attention of, and pushing them away, and they're getting their attention while what your trap you're setting is being set, and they're not getting it.
Right. The tire thing, let them watch you with the tire. Let them see you put the food in the tire.
And even eat some of the food.
Yeah. Take a bite out of an apple. Definitely cut an orange open, put it in there so they can smell it. Because they have to see that. And it's probably going to take you a while for them to come around. I think the tire thing is new. I don't think anybody's doing it. Again, I'm not here to be the one. I'm sharing my secrets, my ideas with you guys. Because it's all about a team. It's all about, I don't care if somebody on the East Coast gets the best video and best audio. I want to see it.
Me too.
I want you guys to prove everybody.
We'll put you on the show.
Yeah. I want you guys to prove to everybody that Bigfoot does exist. Damn it, get me the best video. All right. Okay.
We won't give you no money, but we'll put you on the show.
Okay. Now, talking the show. All right, let's talk about this. I'm going to... Anthony from Possessed Tranquility, our official house band, was up today. I guess I didn't know he was going up there, but we have a cat sanctuary. There's a cat sanctuary that you guys were just at. Did you guys see that sign?
Yeah, I sent you that picture.
Oh, you sent me this Cat Haven?
I sent you one. That was a long time ago.
I didn't get it.
Yes, you did.
How long ago was this?
This was maybe a couple months ago.
I never got it.
You lie.
I didn't get it. I would have gone cuckoo, and I would have showed it on the TV. On the
no,
TV.
But yeah, it's
he
right when you start the tour.
Okay, well,
that's when you start it?
That's right when you start it. It's
okay.
Right there.
There's this Cat Haven sanctuary that's east of Fresno, about an hour and a half drive up towards the Sierras, all right? And they have, really, what do they have there? They have lions, tigers?
Lions, tigers, jaguars, any, like, lynx. They have mountain lions. I mean, everything.
Okay. Now,
cheetahs.
What I'm going to show you right now is a sign they have at the very beginning of the tour. Cat Haven rules. I got it right here. I'm
told you I sent it.
I know. I don't have it, girl. All right. Silence cell phones. Mind your children. Stay on the trail as group behind your guide. Keep all body parts behind the barriers at enclosures. No, no here kitty kitty from anybody, please. We have snakes, poison oaks, wild pigs, bears, and Bigfoot.
And the Bigfoot's in big letters.
Yeah, capital.
Okay.
Did you ask him, like, are you really have a Bigfoot? I mean, did they mean
No,
that? Or is it-
They were dead serious.
Okay, we
They're
gotta
like,
go.
yeah.
We gotta go up and talk to him then.
Yeah.
Because that's just. Again, this is not. Well, no, I want to say this is pretty high up there at Pasquale Valley, but
It's not that far.
it's not that far,
Not
guys.
that far.
If they actually put the word Bigfoot, like I'm showing on the screen right now, they have seen. There's probably Bigfoot that are very curious and come around and have never seen a mountain lion or a tiger, and they come around and want to see what these animals are all about. And look at, they put Bigfoot on there.
Well, I would bet money that Bigfoot can go freely all through there, and none of those cats will attack it.
Oh, the cats can't.
No, because they're in cages,
They're
right?
in enclosures.
Right.
Oh, well, because I think he would. I think that their stories.
Oh, I know they have stories. We got to go talk to them.
I mean, there's stories, Native American stories, where the Bigfoots have bear and cat pets. They'll be seen, like walking with a bear or walking with a cat.
Right.
A puma.
I thought that was absolutely cool that Anthony sent me this. And if you did, like you said, if you sent me this, I didn't see it. Else I would have shown it on my show. I just didn't see it. So, okay.
I'm gonna find the text messages and
Go
prove
for
you
it.
wrong.
Okay, now,
Get him.
Again,
Get him.
the reason why we're doing this show is because we want to show you guys the best stuff about paranormal to make you guys believers. For those who don't believe, we want to make you guys believers. I believe in all this stuff 150%. That's why I do this stuff, because I love it. All right? Our intentions was to, on what we're doing now, is to find the people that has had these experiences and to bring them on and to show you what they have or something to tell their experiences. Now, what's happening to us right now is something that I would have never imagined. I just started this as a freaking hobby, you guys. That's it. I'm just having a blast. Kid in a candy store.
Yep.
But for some reason, it has taken his mind of his own, and now we are at the point where we can actually make this not a hobby, but as a profession, I guess.
A career.
A career.
Yeah.
All right. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we went in and we showed the pilot episode that we shot at the Crest Theater to the Fox Network here in Fresno, and I told you guys this already.
And we were told to make that.
Yeah, because they said you guys have something very special going on here. We shot a pilot 6 months ago. That one was cool and everything. They said you guys need to shoot some more.
Yeah, do a better one.
Yeah, we did, and we went and spent more effort, more money, and we did it way better than the first one. And they saw this and they went, okay, you guys definitely have something now. And I told the Fox Network general manager, could you please help us? Can you contact some people? And he did. Last week, after the Kathy Strange show, it just so happened that was like one of the best shows ever. All right. After the show, you guys saw me. I almost peed in my pants. I was yelling. I was yahooing. I'm going, oh my God, this is a very cool show.
He was pumping.
Yeah, I go, thank you, everybody. This is an awesome show. We're going to see you next week. Well, so we get out. We go sit down on the couch over there in the family room. We're talking about it. All of a sudden, I get an alert on my email.
3 minutes.
3 minutes after 7 o'clock, it came over that one of the networks want to have a meeting with us. And I went, holy smokes. I'm not going to tell you which network. All I'm going to say is the network has 3 letters in its name.
Don't they all have 3 letters in its name?
All right. Let's just say it's the top 4. Okay. And then...
And actually, it's the top 4.
Okay. And then 3 minutes later, I got another email. Now this network wants to have a meeting with you. And I went, you got to be freaking kidding me. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the top 4. These 2 networks are one of the top 4 networks. Okay, guys? So we're freaking out. All right? So we're trying to get all the stuff together because in about 2 weeks, Ellen and I are going to be taking a trip to LA. We're going to be having some meetings. And we're trying to now get everything together. And what we did is... Danny Valderrama, our official reporter, Squatch reporter, happens to be also a photographer. All right. So last night, actually, when we were shooting at the Crest Theater, he shot thousands of pictures of the band and of us, of everything.
You can go on our Facebook page and see a lot of those.
Yes, and he's got some great photographs, guys. So I said, you know what, Danny, can you please take some photos of Alan and myself? So, because I got a feeling they're going to want the promotional shots. So we went to Millerton Lake last night, and we set up shop around this tree and took lighting and all that, and we took some photographs. And what I want to do is I'm just going to show you a couple of photographs because I think they came out really cool. We posted them on our Facebook wall, but there's a lot of people who are not friends on Facebook. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you a little bit of what he did for us.
And the wind was blowing 45 miles an hour the whole time.
It was pretty windy last night.
We could hardly keep the alien standing up. We could hardly keep the lights from falling over.
Okay, so I'm sizing the picture right now because I want to show you the kind of work Danny can do here.
Man, it is rocking cool, man. Really cool. This is like a dream come true, you guys.
So
and a lot of it is because of you guys. And we want to thank you.
So we were taking photographs last night, and because we need to get some promotional shots ready to go for in a couple of weeks. So when we go have these meetings with the networks. God.
Yeah, they're required by the network. You have to have
they want 8 by 10s and the whole 9 yards. So, we're getting all that put together. And this is where I'm going with this. I have a feeling, we have a strong feeling that something might happen. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but so far, things are working on our way. It is. And we're not meaning for this to happen. It's just that one of the ideas that I had doing this a long time ago, it just seems to be taking off, and we're doing something really cool here. So if we can get put on TV, then we're going to do it. The reason why we want to do it is because of all those investigators out there on the East Coast, on the West Coast, on the South, on the North End, in Canada, and Alaska, and Mexico. You guys are all working your ass off out there, and you guys are getting some great stuff. Well, when we get this show on TV, and you guys get that one video, that one picture that I think the world should see, well, guess what show you're going to go on? Mm-hmm. We're going to call you, and we're going to fly your you-know-what out to wherever this is going to be, and we're going to sit you on the sofa, and we're going to let everybody know what you got. Because that's what I want to do. That's what we're doing this for, guys. All right? The whole thing with Art Bell, too, the Dark Matter Network and Art Bell, that just put us over the top as well. We're doing extremely well. We're getting everybody all over the world is sending us emails and texts on Facebook. It's
thank you
out of this world, and I want to thank you very much from the bottom of a heart. There's a lot of people also saying they want more of us on they want more than just one show on Sunday.
Right.
So it's like so. We don't know. I have a feeling eventually that's going to change. I just got contacted by KMJ radio right before the show started. They want me to go on the air on Tuesday and talk about Bigfoot on their 50,000 watt channel on the FM AM dial. I think Chris Daniels wants me to go on and talk about Bigfoot, and it looks like that's going to happen this Tuesday at about 4 o'clock. For all those who are in the Fresno area and know who KMJ is, they're like the #1 talk radio in the Central California. I'm going to be on there. I'm thinking probably with Chris Daniel. If he's not, I'm pretty sure it's going to be with Chris Daniel. So, anyways, things are going really well for us right now. All right, and again, we're here as a team, and we want to make you guys part of that team. And eventually, when we get put on TV, we want to show your stuff on TV and let everybody see it.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep what we're doing here. We're going to keep teams researching.
Yes,
for sure. So that that they could go, because we don't want to stop doing what we're doing out in the field, and we want to bring that in to the show and show what we're doing, and it'll be a lot easier to share too, because we'll have the equipment to document what we do and share with you. It'll be so much fun.
Right, we're gonna have blast. If I get that opportunity to be a talk show host, okay, like I'm doing now, I still want to go out in the field and go camping and go ghost hunting but there's going to be some situations where we're not going to be able to do that. Well, Emerald is going to be in charge, and Robert Scott and Danny Valderrama, those guys, you guys see ya. There's going to be a situation where you guys are going to have to go investigate. A call just came in, a Bigfoot just tore apart a cow in half. Well, guess what? Guess where you guys are going? You guys are flying out there. That's going to be our show, and it looked like it might happen here pretty soon. There's a lot of stuff that we have the opportunity to get across that a lot of other people, granted, right now, a network could go and take the idea that I have and run with it, but they won't have the other things that go along with what we have as far as being investigators, what we know. Alan has really close connections with the Native Americans. Nobody else in the world has that. What we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to take a camera crew, go up to the Native Americans' reservations, and show the world the way they live, the way their what's the word I'm looking for?
Culture.
The culture. And let them tell their stories to all of you guys that have never been told before. Why? Because they're losing all that. All that. Their history is being lost, and it needs to be told. I would love to get like the chiefs of these reservations to even come on the show in front of TV and sit them down on the couch and talk about the Bigfoot and talk about their cultures if we can, and all that kind of stuff. That'd
be hard.
Well,
That'd be rough.
Well, hopefully, so we can bring somebody on there.
Yeah.
If not, well, then we'll take the camera crew to them, and we'll do it there.
Definitely
on the
be able to make field trips in
Yeah.
and see ceremonies and stuff like that.
Something that you guys have never seen ever in your lives. Hopefully, we can bring that to you.
Well, they're starting to open up. Like, they got a powwow Facebook page that's really cool. It shows the powwows and stuff. And powwows are really important to them. Real important. It's not just like, an event with your stuff.
Right.
And it's expensive.
Yeah, we're in part two.
We're using our own money all the time.
Yeah. So we are on our way. I think, by the networks actually calling us, and it's kind of weird that 3 minutes after we finished the last show, all of a sudden I got 2 emails. I'm thinking they were watching our show last week. I mean, it's the coincidence for us to get the messages 3 minutes after the show is kind of like, eh. So, yeah, we're going to be taking a trip up to LA here in about 2 weeks. After we're working on right now getting the episode edited and graphics and all that kind of stuff, and you guys know that already. So, all right, so cool. We got 19. We got 13 minutes left, and I'm just about out of stuff to talk about right now. What I'm looking at my list here. Kill. Cannot say. We did that. Priscilla. Yeah, I mean, anything that Emerald, anything that you want to talk about? Yeah,
You
Alan?
covered most of whatever thing we were gonna discuss.
Yeah, we sure did. I can't think of anything.
Oh my
either,
God!
you know. I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming up, but only. It's not-
Possessed Tranquility. For all those who don't know, we have a house band, Possessed Tranquility. The song that you hear at the very beginning and at the very end, Possessed Tranquility actually wrote that song for us. All right, and it's really cool. It's called The Unexplained, and if you actually listen to the lyrics, it pretty much explains the whole paranormal situation. They are having a CD release party with a debuting of their first video on July the 22nd. Or the 25th, whatever weekend that is. It's on my Facebook wall. I'll let you know again next week the exact date. I think it's July the 22nd. What's she saying?
I don't know.
My wife is yelling. Hold on. No, that's it. There's the delay, and I think she takes off her earphones and yells and puts it back on. Now we take off our earphones and yell. So it's going to be at the Fulton 55, and we all will be over there. We're going to be there.
So that's for all the people in the Central Valley and surrounding areas.
Come on down and meet us, guys.
Yeah.
I want you guys all to be there, and come and meet us. And what we'll do is, these 8x10s that we're going to have. I know this sounds cheesy, but a lot of people have been asking for it. We're going to get a lot, several thousand of these 8x10s made, and we'll autograph them for you. Oh boy, I can't believe I'm saying that. So if you guys all want to come down,
and we'll give them to you.
yeah,
charge.
we're not gonna charge you. So we'll go
like
ahead
all
and
them other guys, $10. You know, it's like really.
No, we'll give you a picture and we'll autograph it for you. So that way you'll say you knew us before our heads got big and exploded.
Yeah,
So.
before we could
Jeff.
fit in the truck. Yeah.
So that's going to be July. I believe it's the 22nd or the 25th, one of those two. But go and like Possessed Tranquility's fan page on Facebook, Possessed Tranquility. All right. Also, if you want to listen to their music, go to Reverb Nation. I believe it's .com or .net, one of those two. Reverb Nation is a website that you just go type in Possessed Tranquility, and they have their songs, and you can listen to them.
You could go to paranormalcentral.net and go right to our band page, and it has all of it. It has some videos. It has all the links to all their stuff. In fact, looking for someone that knows how to do websites to help out. It's an unpaid thing. Things are going so fast I can't even hardly keep up. So I'm looking for some web people that could help out. Maybe even an admin for a Facebook page. I'm looking for people that I want to set up like a international or a national Skywatch thing, to where everybody goes out, in certain hours and Skywatches, and have a page where everybody can like put their videos and pictures and report on everything. I even want to do that with Sasquatch or Bigfoot, have where over the summer we'll have a central location where we can all go and share our research and our technique and our what we get. And I'm looking for people that want to do that and get in on the ground floor. I mean, like we just said, we could be going a little bit big here. That could mean where we have a little bit of budget to help out with real equipment like FLIR and, some things that normally people don't have. So if you're getting in now, I don't know how, you can contact me on my Facebook. You can go to paranormalcentral.net. There's a way to contact us through that.
There's a form that you can fill out, really easy form, three lines, and that's it. So.
Let us know what your skill set level is and what you're interested in, and get back with us, and we'll try and see if we can't arrange some of this kind of stuff, because it's growing bigger than me now. I mean, it used to be real easy for me to just do a little bit of stuff. Now it is like slamming, like 100 million messages and 50,000 emails. I mean, it's like ridiculous. Right. I mean, it's hard to keep up now. And I think that's really great. And I thank you guys so much, because I thank you. It's amazing.
Alan is, every time I talk to Alan's freaking out. I mean,
I can't believe it.
Alan
it's
is
amazing.
freaking out big time. Yeah, just from last week, I think that really put it over the top for even our wives when they actually read the emails and saw that these two particular networks wanted to talk to us. Not saying that anything's going to happen, but when they want to talk to us, then that usually doesn't happen, because Alan was speaking to somebody in one of the production companies, says that usually when you have a pilot, you have to go and try to pitch it to people, but now you have two major networks contacting us, say they want to talk with us and see what they can come up with. So
unsolicited, it doesn't happen. I mean, this guy that called us probably fields 300 people with agents every day and tells them no. Yeah. I mean, it's almost unheard of for somebody to come from that side and come find you. That almost never happens. So that makes it more exciting to me, because if they're looking for you, that means there's a better chance than the guy that's
something's
walking in.
Happen.
Yeah.
We might get put on a very small cable channel someplace. I don't know, but it's someplace, and we need to start someplace. And
it might even be bigger than that. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. So we're just going to take it as it comes, and
it's up to them. It's up to you guys.
We're getting
the more
ready.
You watch, the better it goes.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. I think we pretty much said our piece. I hope we didn't upset any of the Bigfoot investigators out there who are in the kill or no kill or whatever. You guys understand what we're coming from on this end. You guys just need to be careful. All right.
Yeah, we want you to be safe.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Be safe. Be smart. Don't be ignorant.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody doesn't know about it. They don't know as much as what they think they know.
Right. So
go to our website, go to our YouTube site, go to our Facebook site, and enjoy. Look to the sky.
So, all right, we have 5 minutes left to go. So we have 3 minutes to go. So I'm thinking, okay, what else can we talk about? Let me look on the Facebook really quick, and see exactly what did I miss.
Any of you guys been hearing about the Yellowstone thing?
The frog.
No, how it's like the ground is raising and helium is pouring out, and I mean, there's some people on my Facebook page. They're really starting to get into it. They're downloading all these files. LIDAR. It's like a radar, but it's called LIDAR, and it's like for measures how much the ground is raising and which way the blast is going to be and the earthquake level and everything. They're saying that place is really opening up. And then right below that, when it's the same people, they're starting to put Russian information. Russia's lava beds are all waking up and starting to lose helium and raising and doing all the same things as Yellowstone. It's like, wow, I never even read about Russian stuff before until today.
Yeah.
Amazing to me. What is the world doing? Is it waking up? I mean, really. Earthquakes. I mean, I used to have people in Oklahoma tell me, man, y'all could stay out there in California, well, at least over here, we don't have the earth shaking under our feet.
Right.
Not anymore, man. They're shaking more than we are. Those guys are having earthquakes everywhere. And at least we don't have our houses blowing away. Right.
That's pretty scary. I mean, that tornadoes after tornado after tornado, and the houses are gone.
I mean, we are having a drought, but it's still not blowing my house away yet. And I haven't really felt an earthquake since, 1980?
It's been a while.
Yeah, something long time ago.
So I'm still searching on the Facebook to see if I can find anything that's come over the wire, anything crazy, anything wild. I would tell people to call in on a 24-hour hotline, but a lot of people are afraid to. I'm going to go ahead and give the 24-hour hotline. We have a hotline that I actually answer personally because I blow a lot of people away and I scare them when I answer the phone. They think it's a recording. It's area code 559-287-8367. 559-287-8367. That phone is with me 24/7. If you have any questions, if you have any cases, any situations you want to talk about, call me on that phone, and I will answer it personally, and I will talk to you, and we will go from there. So, all right, we got a couple minutes here. Naturally, about a minute, 30 seconds, about time. Well, I'm done. So, are we good? Okay, guys, I want to thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate it. And I want to thank you. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez with Alan Thomas and Emerald Bonilla. Good
night, everybody.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next week.
Stay safe in the woods.
Happy Mother's Day.
Peace out, guys.
Not too.
Take care.
Happy Mother's Day.
Bye.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies. And we hope you witness something you cannot explain.
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained?